Listen to me, marsupials, and listen well. Actions have consequences. You may think or you may see something that makes you think. When you go about and you do things, it all is a fantasy, and nothing will ever happen to you, and you will face no consequences whatsoever. Bupkis, you will face a consequence for all the stupid little things that you do, sometimes trivial, sometimes criminal, which leads us to today. Remember a couple months ago when I made a video about a 17-year-old who was at school, keep that in mind, and he had his little Nintendo Switch, and he was probably playing Pokemon. He might have been playing a Mario game. He was enjoying his life. But the problem is he was in the classroom, and he's not supposed to be doing that. We all know that. We all grew up with a little bit of technology. We had it on us, but we were smart enough to realize we weren't supposed to have that on our person. And once the teacher either responded by telling him to put it away or confiscated the Nintendo Switch, he responded like a wise 17-year-old would by beating the living shit out of this woman.
This is a 17-year-old we're talking about who's about 6'6" and about 270 pounds. And deputies say that when the teacher's aide took away his Nintendo Switch, he literally sent her flying through the air.
Go ahead, go with Deputy King. Look at me. You gonna be cool with Deputy King and I?
I don't want to go to jail.
Flagler deputies slapping the handcuffs on the teenager. Because of his age, we're not showing his face or sharing his name. He's charged with knocking a teacher's aide unconscious after deputies say she took away his Nintendo Switch video game.
Telling him that he couldn't do it, she left the classroom. He chased after her into the hallway and then very violently pushed her to the ground so hard that it completely knocked her unconscious.
The sheriff's office report states that his push made her go flying before she hit the floor, and that's when the beating started.
And then started kicking this teacher and punching her throughout her body, face, chest, very, very violently.
The report states he beat her about 15 times before Good Samaritans came to her rescue.
Stand up for me.
That's when SRO deputies got there.
Fortunately, other students and other faculty members, administrators came and intervened.
Deputies say as they walked the teen past his unconscious victim, he spat at her and threatened to come back and kill her. Parents say they're shocked.
It's really sad that something like that had to happen at the school.
A lot of kids don't know how to express themselves anymore. They don't speak to each other. They don't speak to anyone else.
The student's been charged with felony aggravated battery and turned over to the Department of Juvenile Justice.
And he has been put in jail for this. We all know about that. But what you maybe didn't know is that this woman who got her ass handed to her has been asked to help to lighten the sentence on the 17-year-old that beat the living shit out of her. And surprise, surprise, she's not really going for it. Florida teacher severely beaten by 270-pound student over Nintendo Switch refuses to help defense lighten the sentence. The Florida teacher who was beaten unconscious by a 270-pound student in a viral video has refused to help the teen's defense lighten his sentence. Brenda Depper, then 17, violently hurled Matanaz High School paraprofessional Joanne Nadich to the ground, then could be seen in video kicking and punching her in the back and head more than a dozen times before he was pulled off of her by other staff. The troubled teen told investigators he attacked Nadich because teachers ordered him to stop playing a video game on a Nintendo Switch. Depper, who was charged as an adult, faces up to 30 years in prison for the first-degree felony charge of aggravated battery. According to Flagler Live, terrible name, Nadich has shown no interest in mitigating what penalties Depper might face. The autistic teen who pled guilty to avoid trial was initially charged as a juvenile in the case before the raps were upgraded. Still, Judge Terrence Perkins, great name, still has the option of sentencing him as a youth and meting out any penalties as low as probation. The teen's disabilities will likely weigh on his decision. Now 18, Depper had 3 prior battery arrests before the shocking February attack back on Nadish, who was treated at the hospital after the assault. Flagler Live, again, terrible name, also reported that Depa got into a brawl in jail just last month. And if you want my in-depth opinion, yes, the teenager is 17 at the time, now 18 as an adult. Oh yes, autistic teen, he's on the spectrum, he's got problems with blah, 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 blah. Tough shit, little man. It's time to face the consequences of your actions, because you was beating the piss out of people before you beat your own teacher, and now that you in jail, you should have had the moment of, yeah, I shouldn't have did this, I should be doing better with my life, maybe if I could get out of this, I'll do better. No, you still fighting people in jail, so you ain't learned shit. No wonder this woman don't want to help you, because you traumatized her, you beat the living shit out of her, you put her in the hospital. Who in their right mind, maybe one of you with that little Disney mindset you got, would be like, oh, I understand. You kicked me in my spine because I tried to take your property. I shall let you out scot-free. And what if he beat the shit out of another teacher? What if he beat the shit out of somebody else all over his pointless technology? Because he grew up not realizing that you can get these things back in time. You can have them for the moment. They could disappear out of your hand and you can get them back. What you shouldn't be doing is be on them in fucking school, because you're supposed to be learning. Yes, school is boring, albeit a little bit of a waste of time, but it is still a place of learning. You're not supposed to be there on your phone texting 24/7 or being on Snapchat. You're there to learn. You're not supposed to be fucking around with Mario and these stupid little new Peach games that's coming out. You're supposed to be learning. You're not supposed to be on them. So I don't have any sympathy for the bastard. I wish the worst for him. Why? Because you beat the shit out of somebody for a Nintendo product. First of all, you little dick bastard, why are you beating somebody up over Nintendo? You a teenager. You're supposed to be getting cursed out on the Xbox right now and then migrate over to the PlayStation like all true gamers do, because fuck anyone who types on a keyboard to shoot anybody, PCers. And if I could wrap this up in any delicate way, I would genuinely like to know what all of you think in the comment section down below. Am I out of line? Have I lost touch with humanity? Are you a PCer? Are you a PS5 gamer? Are you an Xbox loser? Or do you, for some reason, still, as a grown adult, migrate and spend your time on the Nintendo Switch because you like living in childhood fantasy? And I am very much so happy for you. Let me know in the comment section down below. I will see you all in the next one. Subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.